Premier Doug Ford has just announced that all Ontario schools are to remain closed for in-person learning until September. Ford addresses that last week I wrote to the public health, medical, and education experts asking for their opinion on the best path forward, and it's no secret that some of them said kids should be back in school on a regular basis for the last couple of weeks of school. But here's what experts couldn't say. They couldn't tell us that returning to in-class learning before more students and teachers are vaccinated won't lead to thousands and thousands of new cases. The expert couldn't tell us that it wouldn't risk spreading dangerous variants and avoid us from moving to other stages of reopening. It won't risk the health of our kids. While no one wants kids back in school more than I do, as your premier, these aren't risks I'm willing to take. COVID-19 cases have significantly dropped in Ontario during the recent weeks. It's been reported with less than 1,000 new cases being reported over each of the past 3 days. The average of new daily cases is now below 1,000 for the first time since early November. With in-person classes not resuming, Ford urges he wants schools to host in-person, outdoor graduation events, and other opportunities for students to meet with their friends and connect outside before the end of the school year.
COVID-19 has taken a significant toll on everyone in Ontario, but our children have been impacted more than most. The pandemic has disrupted their lives. It's taken away their ability to go to school, to see friends, to connect with each other. Last week, I wrote to the public health, medical, and education experts asking for their opinion on the best path forward. And it's no secret that some of them said kids should be back in school on a regional basis for the last couple of weeks of school. But here's what the experts couldn't say. They couldn't tell us that returning to in-class learning before more students and teachers are vaccinated won't lead to thousands and thousands of new cases. In fact, we've seen clearly in the modeling from Dr. Brown that returning kids and teachers back to school before they're vaccinated will lead to thousands of new cases. The experts couldn't tell us that it wouldn't risk spreading dangerous variants and avoid us from moving to other stages. It won't risk the health of our kids. Well, no one wants kids back in school more than I do. As your premier, these aren't risks I'm willing to take. So today, I have to announce that schools will not be returning for in-class learning until the fall. I know this is difficult, very difficult news. It was a hard choice to make, but I will not, and I repeat, I will not take unnecessary risks with our children right now. The fact is, we're fighting a third wave driven by variants. And unlike the original strains, we know that some of the variants we're fighting right now are more dangerous for children. It can make younger people very, very sick. And we also know that until we get more students and teachers vaccinated, outdoor activities are safest right now. And that's why our reopening plan starts with outdoor activities. So we will focus on getting kids outside, getting them to summer camps, day camps, sports, outdoor activities as soon as possible. Activities that we know are critical to the mental and physical well-being of our kids. Now, I understand this is going to be very difficult for many parents. You've done remarkable jobs in the hardest of circumstances. And we understand how hard this remains on everyone's physical and mental well-being. So we will continue to support both parents and children as we move forward to make sure everyone has the help they need. Yesterday, we announced an additional $31 million in new mental health funding for our children and youth. And this is in addition to everything we've already done in both education and mental health supports. We're sparing no expense right now to have your back and support you through these very difficult times. And we will use this time to get our teachers and students vaccinated. We'll use this time to continue investing in ventilation in our schools, because the decisions we make today will help us ensure a safe summer. and most importantly, a safe and normal return to school in September. And I want to say directly to all our kids in Ontario, kids, I know this has been very, very hard on each and every one of you. I know it's been hard adjusting. You miss your friends, you miss school, you miss your sports and activities, and you're sick and tired of all this. I get it. I can't imagine what it's been like for you. I don't think that adults, we can really fully appreciate what it's been like for our kids. I assure you, it's not lost on me. And that's why I want schools to host in-person outdoor graduation events and other opportunities for you to meet with your friends and reconnect outside before the end of the year. We'll be working with school boards and health officials to make sure we can have outdoor graduation ceremonies for all students in all grades this summer. Rather than just grade 8 and 12, it should be for all students, because we know that we need to do as much as possible to get people outdoors, to enjoy the summer, enjoy the nice weather. And we can do this safely by sticking to our reopening plan, a plan that was developed by Minister Elliott and the medical community. It's a plan that has been widely supported by health experts. It gives us clarity and certainty on what opens. And I'm cautiously optimistic right now. We're doing as well as a province can do, and that's thanks to each and every one of you and the frontline healthcare workers. And I'm so hopeful that as things are going, we may be able to enter step one safely earlier than June the 14th. Right now, we're waiting for Dr. Williams and his team to tell us when we may be ready to do so, because I know it's very important for people in Ontario to get to step one, to get to step two as soon as it's safe to do so, to ensure we enter into the roadmap to get kids outside playing sports, team sports, going to camp, day camps, enjoying organized activities this summer, hanging around with their friends. That's what we want to get to. And thanks entirely to our incredible frontline workers, pharmacists, and public health officials, our vaccination rollout continues to do its job. And these are really staggering numbers, folks. Over 9.2 million vaccinations have been delivered, and that number is increasing each and every day. We're now offering second doses to our most vulnerable and are on pace to fully vaccinate everyone who wants to be by the end of this summer. And today's difficult decision will help ensure we do have a summer, a safe summer, and we get to stage one and stage two, and create conditions for a safe and normal return to in-class learning in September.